Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. So I am Shanna Shepherd. I am part of your marketing team. So I help with kind of the social media accounts, so Facebook, Instagram, Google, LinkedIn, that kind of thing, blogs, and whatnot. And then today with me is Amber Kennedy out of Sun Valley. So I'm going to let her go ahead and introduce herself real quick.
Hi guys, I'm the agent concierge out of Sun Valley, and when I got here, I just kind of started helping out with some of the Google business and optimization of other platforms. So that's kind of why I'm out here today.
Awesome. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to go over your guys' best practices for Google Business. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, so we'll get started. We are going to start with kind of how to set up your profile. We'll talk about posting to Google. We'll talk about the big thing on everybody's mind, which is Google reviews. And then we will get into some troubleshooting as well, because we know there are some issues and questions that people have with Google. And then at the very end of the meeting, we will do a question and answer section. So feel free to put questions in the chat as they pop into your head, and we'll get to all of your questions kind of at the end. We save some time to go over those. So hopefully by the end of this, you guys will all feel happy and confident jumping into Google Business. So the first thing we want to talk about is setting up that profile. So you are going to need a Google account to do that. So if you do not have a Google account, you'll want to go ahead and create a free Google account. The next thing you'll do is go to business.google.com/create, and then you want to enter your business name. I know one of the questions people have is, do they need to put their title and their brokerage? We do recommend, yes, put your name, your title, and your brokerage. So for example, you would put Shanna Shepherd, real estate agent, Coldwell Banker, distinctive properties. You also want to add your office address. I know that some people have questions about this because they may not always be in the office, but the reason we want you to put your office address is because it gives you a business location, and that will help pin you down on Google Maps, which is huge. So when you when you go onto Google and you search coffee shops near me, and it pulls up those top 3 locations on a map, that's what you're looking for by putting in your office address, is giving you that location as a top pin on the map so that people can find you really easily. It's going to ask if you provide deliveries or home office visits. You want to go ahead and select yes, and then you want to select an area that you serve. So your service area is going to be generally about a 2-hour driving distance from that office location that you pin down. So Google will kind of look at that and say, okay, that seems reasonable. They work here, but they also kind of expand within this 2 hours. And then you'll also want to add your contact information, which is going to be your phone number and your website. The next really super duper important thing is to make sure that you are verified on Google Business. If you don't get verified, then you've gone through all of that work to set up your Google profile for absolutely no reason. If you're not verified, none of your information will show up on Google, so you got to make sure that you verify. The easiest way to do that is to have a postcard sent to the office. However, we do know there are some offices, such as Sun Valley, that you can't have the postcard sent to. So reach out to your marketing team if there is a PO box that you're using or something like that where you can't get a postcard sent in, and we can help you with some workarounds so that you can get your profile verified. The next thing you want to do is optimize your profile, and you can do this while you're waiting for your verification postcard. You don't have to be verified to go in and optimize your profile, which is really nice. So by the time you're verified, everything is there and ready to go, and you're all set. So when you go in, log into Google, click see your profile and edit profile, and make sure everything is filled out to the best of your ability. So business name, your business category, so real estate, the description, you want to put your bio here. And when you add your bio, that is a great place to sneak in some of those keywords. Of course, the marketing team is always here and happy to help you with any of those keywords that you might need. But some good keywords to put in there are going to be kind of your areas of specialization, your location. You might want to sneak in some things that might be Google terms. So, a lot of people will Google, best real estate agent in Sun Valley. So you might say, hi, I'm Shanna Shepherd. I am a real estate agent in Sun Valley, and I do my best to serve my clients and make sure that they have successful transactions. So you've included the word best, you've included real estate agent, and you've included Sun Valley. So all of those search terms that people are going to pop into Google are going to show up right there in your profile. You want to do an opening date, which is going to be the date you obtained your real estate license. Again, make sure you have your phone number and your website. Those are very important. Make sure you have that office address plugged in there and that service area, which is going to be that 2-hour driving distance from that pinned office location. We do suggest that you put your business hours in there. One of the options is open with no main hours. I would suggest that. That kind of gives you a pretty good breakdown of what a real estate agent is. You can add your service options and appointment slots. And then a big thing is adding photos. We recommend, and this is going to sound like a lot, but 100 photos. Google is very visual, so the more photos you have in your profile, the better you are. And mix those up. Those can be photos of you. Those can be photos of you completing real estate transactions. Those can be photos of your current and past properties that you've sold. They can be photos of the office location. Just make sure that you get photos. And again, if you have questions, definitely reach out. And then, of course, you can add products such as your listings. And we'll go over that a little bit later when we talk about the types of products that you can throw up there. And I'll turn it over to Amber.
So I'll start by talking about how important it is to continue to keep your Google business updated. Basically, when you're not posting or keeping it updated, you fall down the ranks. When people Google, say, Sun Valley agent or real estate agents in the Wood River Valley or whatever, you will fall down in that. So we recommend that at a minimum you post once a week. However, ideally it's more to 2 or 3 times a week. I like to think of it as Instagram, Facebook, just another social media thing. So when you go to post on either Facebook or Instagram, you automatically post a Google business. Don't put it off, because oftentimes people forget about Google business just because it's not right there always on their phone. With doing this, it'll make your business more relevant at every time you post. So it'll be easier for people to find you. So creating posts, there are more calls to action and types of posts out there that just don't fit quite as well with the real estate industry. So here are the ones that we've highlighted for you. What's new posts are like blogs, real estate updates. These are really good to get people to know more about you, know more about the industry. Products are always good to post your listings. If you haven't had any for a while, it's always good to post old ones so that people can see what you've done before. Just getting more information about yourself out there is super important. If you're hosting open houses, post that as an event. That's always an awesome opportunity to get exposure for yourself. Call to actions is a learn more, so you can just link your website to it and people can just click on it and go to your website, learn more about you, or a call now, which takes them directly to your phone number and they're able to call you from there. Every time you post, be sure to add a title and a caption. This will just give people more information again. Hashtags aren't necessary on Google. It's not like Facebook or Instagram where people scroll through hashtags and that it just doesn't do anything for you. However, using keywords is crucial on Google Business so that when people Google you, you are more likely to pop up with them. Images and videos, I've heard marketing say videos so many times, but it's so true. It provides so much more engagement and people will spend more time looking at your posts if they're pictures or videos. Some other ideas that I threw in there are market updates. Those are really good so that people can just see what's going on in the market. Any real estate tips you have, listing posts, and then of course blogs. Our marketing team does provide a blog that they put out for you that you can connect to your website. So that's a great resource to use. Shanna, you're muted.
Let's unmute and let's talk about some Google reviews. I know that is one of those things that you've probably heard 1,000 times from 1,000 different people is make sure you're getting Google reviews. So you want to make sure you're getting Google reviews because Google is one of the top search platforms. That's where people are going to go. So they're going to see those reviews. And Google boosts your business profile if you have more reviews. And I know that people are going to have some questions about their reviews, and Amber has a really great section where she will go over some of those issues that we see commonly and troubleshooting those. So don't worry about that. We will definitely get to those for you. So how to ask for reviews. Reach out to your friends, family, neighbors, employers, And ask for a review. Remember that you don't have to necessarily have a transaction for a review. Character reviews are really important, and it's a great way for new agents to start collecting reviews. That being said, and Amber will go over this a little bit more detail, but do not blast your Google account with reviews, because Google will see you get several reviews all at once and they will say, this is spam, and they will block them all and take them down, and you'll lose those reviews forever. And then they will be really harsh on your account. So just kind of be aware of that. You can go on social media, so your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and ask past clients or current clients to leave you a review on that. You can send a one-time email to anybody you've worked with in the past year. Again, just kind of be careful on how many people you send that email out to at once. I wouldn't send it to more than a couple of people each week, just so you're not, again, blasting your Google profile with reviews if they are sending those reviews in. And you can set up an ongoing email to go out automatically after your transaction closes. I believe that the TC team does help with this if you are working with them on transactions, so definitely make sure that you're following up with them as far as that goes. And then you can also make phone calls or send text messages to recent clients. And as Amber said, the marketing team is very big on video. So if you're going to send a text message and you feel brave, I would highly encourage you to record a little video of yourself and send that. I know if I get a text message and it's a video text versus just an actual text message, I'm more likely to engage and actually sit down and actively watch that video rather than just look at my phone and go, oh, hey, look, Bob texted me, cool, and put it back down on my desk. So remember, video is a very powerful tool and doesn't necessarily have to just be for social media. A big thing about reviews is it's great to get them, but it's even better if you're responding to them. If Google sees that you have all of these reviews and you are not engaging with your reviewers, they don't like that as much as people who are engaging with their reviewers. So if you have a bunch of reviews and you're not engaging versus somebody who may not have quite as many, but they are engaging, Google might actually boost their profile ahead of yours. So make sure you are responding to everything. So we love positive reviews. Make sure to thank the reviewer and make sure that you respond with a fairly substantial response. Don't just say, hey, thanks for the review. Google might flag that as an automated response and not really count that as your response. And responses are a good place to throw in some of those keywords. You know, it was a great time working with you in Sun Valley, something like that. Unfortunately, negative reviews do happen, which we still need to respond to. Be professional, acknowledge their concerns or situations, and offer to talk to them directly to resolve the issue. This does two things. It boosts your Google profile because you are still responding to the review, and it also shows anybody who is Googling you and looking at your reviews that you take concerns and issues very seriously and that you want to work with them and resolve them and make sure everything gets fixed and is good on everybody's end. Spam also happens, and it's a little bit ironic the way Google deals with spam. You can select the three dots next to the top of the review and report the review, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Google is going to take it down. Sometimes they will see you reporting these reviews and they'll think, oh, they just don't like what this person said because it was a bad review, but we're going to leave it up. You can always reach out to their support if that happens. And kind of let them know, hey, this is actually spam. I don't really know anybody named Karen who I didn't let them bring their dog to a listing appointment. So can you please take this down and kind of give them more details on that. But again, Google will flag a lot of things as spam that aren't spam, and then some actual spam they will just kind of refuse to acknowledge. So it's kind of a weird thing they've got going on, but just kind of pursue it and keep going with that. And then when you do have those reviews, make sure that you're sharing them on your social media, your website, and adding those to your listing presentation. Anytime somebody says something good about you, you want to make sure that other people are hearing it too.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about some potential issues that you may have with your reviews. So if your reviews aren't getting published or they're getting taken down, it's so common because they use an automated review bot that just looks for spam or fake reviews. So why are your reviews getting taken down? It can be caused by multiple things. However, here are some of the most common that I have for you today. So to prevent Google from thinking, if your reviews are getting taken down, to prevent Google from thinking that you are encouraging people or paying people to rate reviews about you, I would recommend Googling yourself, and then when you pop up, click on that link and send it to them so they can just click on the review button. it makes Google think that they actually Googled you and they were the ones that were looking for you to give you a review. And then if you have 1 or 2 reviews for about 6 months, and then all of a sudden you get 10 just because, I don't know, you sent out an email and said, hey, could you guys give me a review? To prevent this from happening, which this also happens a lot, make it a part of your closing process. So when you're closing, just ask all of your clients as you close if they'll write you a review, because this will make your reviews come in at a more normal rate, and it won't freak Google out and they won't flag your account. Another common one, especially in real estate, is when somebody moves out of state and you've sold their house, they get to their new state, they're done moving in, and they go to give you a review. Google may flag that as the IP address being not in the same location. So they'll think it's spam or it's not a real review. If that happens, the best way to deal with it is to go to support.google.com/business, and they can help you there. Just give them as much information as you can. Shannon, can I get the next slide? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You got it. Yeah, sorry. Suspended or lost verification. This happens when any main data points that were originally used to verify the profile change. This could be a website, phone number, email. The lost verification is pretty easy to fix. You just have to click re-verify on the homepage, and then within 14 days, you should have a new postcard to become re-verified again. If you're in Telluride or Sun Valley and you can't get postcards, I would recommend talking to our marketing team, or you can reach out to me as well, and we can help you figure it out, and so that you can get re-verified on there. If you're suspended, that's a little bit trickier to figure out. They'll send you an email that tells you that you need to change whatever you previously changed back to its original verifications, what it was when it got verified. So just change it back, and then you will also get a reinstatement form that they will send to you that you'll need to fill out, and then you'll send that back to Google, and that should work to re-verify yourself. However, if that doesn't work, or you can't change back whatever it was, like you got a new cell phone number or your office switched addresses, you'll need to go to support.google again, and then go put in a support ticket, give them as much information as you can, and that will help them fix it for you. Okay, so optimization issues. People, even if they have a ton of reviews, but they don't have any posts, or they have posts and reviews, but no location, Google looks at 3 main things to give you the best to optimize your account. So relevance, proximity, and prominence are the main things that they look at to rank your account higher. So relevance is the keywords within your profile. They can also be embedded in your website that connect to what the person is searching in their search. So the keywords are huge. Proximity is, again, going back to what Shanna said, putting in your location, the actual office location is huge. If somebody Googles Sun Valley agents and it's just a service area, you will be lower on the list than if you have an actual location in that area. Prominence, Google tries to look at reviews for prominence, so that's why there's such a huge thing, and the combination of these 3 will make you have a higher ranking.
Awesome. So I have seen that we do have a couple of questions in the chat. The first one is from Brandon. He asked about our just sold graphics and if we would recommend posting those. I say yes. Anything that you can post on your social media, you can post on Google Business. So like Amber said earlier, kind of like with your Facebook and Instagram, if you know that you have posts going out on those, just kind of flip those over to your Google Business profile. It's a great way to, again, just kind of keep you top of mind. One thing with posts on Google is Google keeps your post relevant for about 7 days. And after that, they kind of decide that whatever post or update that you put out there is old news and they don't care about it anymore. So like she said, minimum of once a week, but the more you can get out there, the better. Let's see. And then it looks like we've got a question. If you call support, are they very good? I've actually never called support. I've only dealt with it via email. Amber, have you ever had to call support?
I have not, but I have put in tickets and they usually respond pretty quickly.
Yeah, I would say definitely emailing them. Their support is pretty good. I know, I dealt with a lot of support as far as like, oh, sorry, it was not a question. They are very good if you call support. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we turned your statement into a question and you answered it for us, and that's fantastic. Because like I was going to say, some of the support systems such as Meta, which is kind of the umbrella company for Facebook and Instagram, can be really difficult to work with. So it's absolutely fantastic to know that Google Business is there and you can call them and they are amazing to work with. Thank you for that. Let's see, I'm not seeing any other questions. Todd did make a good point. If you need a script to ask somebody for a review that you may not have done business with yet, you could say something along the lines of, I know we haven't worked together, but I was hoping you could give me a character reference on Google, give them that link. Thank you so much for your support. And he brings up another good point. The marketing team does have some options for you if you're looking for scripts to send out to ask people for reviews. We're happy to give you those as well so that you can have that information kind of right there at your fingertips so that you can send that information to people asking for reviews, whether you've worked with them or you are asking for a character reference. It's kind of nice to have something put together that's a little polished, and then you can always change it up a little bit to make it sound like you. Having your own voice is always important when you're talking to people you know, because they can kind of tell sometimes the difference between a sterile script and something that you've added a little bit of your own personality to. All right. Well, I don't see any more questions. Thank you guys for jumping in and joining us today. And again, Amber's been really great, especially with verifying when you don't have a physical address. So she's got a little bit of a crowd on over there going on for that. She's been great with that. And then your marketing team is always here. If you have any issues or questions or anything that you need help with, we're happy to help. Just shoot us an email, marketing@cbdistinctive.com. That goes out to all of your marketing team, and we will be happy to help you with any of your questions. Thank you guys for having us on today and listening, and have a great Friday.